Hello, 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 everybody. And thank you for the 4 people that were waiting to get on in here. That always makes me happy. I appreciate you. Who's in the spot? Let me know who you are. Say hello, yes, yes, y'all, whatever you want to say. So I know who I am addressing and vibing with today. What is going on? Today is Monday, October 26th. 2020. Bijou is here. What's happening, Bijou? So glad to see you, sweet lady. What's going on? Anybody else in the spot? I'm going to give a couple of minutes for people to roll on in. Rob. What's happening? Carrie, Irene is here, and Catherine is here. Yeah. Oh, miss you, Gemini lady. What's up, Tasha? Kiss that baby for me. Hi, Cressida. What's happening? Malika. Hi, Malika. How's the family doing? Everybody's good? What's up, Sonia? Love to see you. Miss Reese is here. Nicole. Mwah. What up, sweet lady? We had a good time. 5 o'clock in the morning kind of thing. I hope you got some rest. What's up, Frank? Oh, nice to see you, Shay. I miss you. I was going to call you earlier, and I still might do that. So enough of the roll call, but I will say what's up as people come on in. You know me. What's up, Danielle? I really want to take my time to kind of get on into what this week is about. And to be honest with you, I have no idea how long this thing is going to be. And Sonia's just going to roll with it. Hi, Celeste. Hi, Mina. What's up, Mommy? How you doing? This is some kind of situation that's about to go down. And I don't know if you felt it already. First and foremost, there are a lot of us that have been increasingly more intuitive, not just for the last couple of weeks or the last couple of months or so, but like the last couple of years. What's up, Rich Brown girl? Receiving messages and becoming closer, getting closer and closer and closer to those that surround us with light and protection, with our ancestors, because they've been knocking on the door. They've been knocking on the veil, y'all, trying to talk to us, trying to get us prepared for all the things that are happening currently and what just happened. It's just been a really, really auspicious type of time. Some things we want to see, some things we don't want to see. So if you are empathic, sensitive, intuitive, you might have felt what's about to happen this week already creep up. What's up, Desiree O'Connor? What's going on? I appreciate you being here. If you are a new watcher, like a cross watcher, as they say, on YouTube, welcome. I really appreciate you here. Know that this is a safe space, even though it's hella public, but it is a safe space in which I do my best to connect with energy and connect with what's going on in our universe astrologically, and somehow, some kind of way, because I'm Sonia, connect with y'all and kind of hear what it is that, man, you talking about crying, Tasha? Lord of mercy. We're going to get to that. Some kind of way connect with what it is that people need to hear in this moment in time. Gurus are dead, y'all, so I'm nobody's leader, nobody's guru, nobody on here is. But I will tell you this, though, we are all receiving insight to help each other along this incredible trek that we've been given called life. So hold on. This week I've entitled it, Get It All Out. Get it all out. What's up, Lee? How are you? Pray you're feeling better, sweetheart. What's up, Kay? Get it all out. Like for real, for real. Here is the straight purge. I think we was talking about detoxing last week. It was a huge situation about, like, you can feel, when you know when you need to detox, right? When things are like in your belly. I'm just going to use a physiological example. When things are in your belly and they're kind of trapped in there and you're like, I'm not feeling like myself. This may be potentially long, so if y'all got to go and come back, that's cool. But I'm breaking this down and I'm taking my time today. I hope y'all don't mind. But when you get that little detox feeling, that was last week, in your belly, when you know you ate something, but it's kind of sitting high in your belly and it needs to travel a little bit, that little half a mile of small intestines that you have, and it just slowly goes down and you feel it coming, Well, last week was a detox. Hopefully you had some smooth move. As my mother said, get a little teaspoon of castor oil. It helps every now and again, cut it with some citrus. But this week, shit's coming up. And if you haven't felt it this weekend, you will feel it. like in ways in which you never really thought. And if it's not you per se, because I'm not here to like just be a bearer of bad news, and I'm not here to put things on you, but I'm here to create awareness for us all, right? So if you're not the one that's gonna go through it, possibly somebody next to you will, in your family, in your life, the people that you love, strangers you may come across. And it'll be very, very difficult in some kind of way to maintain your self-control, because reaction is imminent in a lot of different ways. It's how you react is what's going to save your pocket, save your heart, save your relationships, save your connections, save any type of opportunities that might come around, all right? Do yourself a favor. And before I jump on into this, do yourself a favor. When the reactions are coming and the emotions are swelling and the detox has made its way through your small intestines and it really wants to come out of your bowels or wants to come up and out of your mouth or whatever, think about why it's coming out. This is very profound. Hi, sweetheart. Think about why it's coming out. What's so profound about the why in ASL, the why? What's so profound about the why is because those bugs, and the bugs may be issues, whatever's going on in your life. You know I speak very, very allegoric a lot, like not allegoric, and analogies. And I find a way to try to put poetry on everything. Because whatever is coming out is, and whatever those bugs are things we actually don't need anymore. Some things we don't want to see, some things we do want to see, some things we may not have an answer after they come out. It's like that feeling when you're drunk, you know what I mean? And all you want to do is throw up, but you know you got to put your clothes back on, or you know you got to get up out the bathroom and stop hugging the toilet bowl, but you really don't, right? You don't. You continue to hold the toilet bowl, whatever, because that's all you can do in this moment. The fucking frustration is the fact that we don't know the next step. After the toilet bowl has been hugged and we're sitting there and it's coming out, and this will be it. Like this week is the coming out. We're sitting there and we're looking at the carnage, the mess, the explosion, the upheaval, and we don't know what to do with it. We don't know what to do with it. That's frustrating. Why? It's because we have been given so much, or I should say, we allow control, our emotional control, our self-control. We put way too much power and heinous on that. And when you don't know what to do and what's next, you lose control. In those moments, you may slip into depression. In those moments, you may even feel like there's more shit to come up. In those moments, you start to, what's the word I'm looking for? Lose faith in yourself. That can be indicative of the depression, but I'm trying to pinpoint certain things that's dropping in my head right now that may resonate with you in particular. You know what I mean? Losing faith in you and why you've been brought to this moment in the first place and why these bugs came up in the first place. You're like, fuck, these bugs could have stayed in my belly for all I give a hell. Like, why they have to come up and make me feel this type of way and then I don't have a goddamn answer? Well, slow down, because the answer's not coming just yet. Sometimes, again, using the drunk analogy, when you are drunk, you gotta sit in that shit just for a minute. Because if you get up, you might slip and fall on your vomit. If you get up, you might get dizzy. If you get up, you might have to throw up again. I don't know if y'all, there may be one or two people out here that never drank and you've never been high, or you never felt that uncontrollable feeling. That's the example I'm trying to give you. When you are out of control and you don't know what to do next, sometimes you do have to sit in that. So this week, get it all out. Get it all out, have faith in yourself, and know that somehow, some way, you're going to get through this. And it may not be the help of anybody around you. You can't call on your friends. You can't call on your mother. You can't call on your dad. You can't call on your man or your woman. Why? Because your throw up is yours. Because the things that you've not only been sitting on, but the things that are in combination of all the things that are around you, your emotions, George Floyd, you know, Breonna Taylor, goddamn, I'm broke. You know what I mean? The lady next door is always telling me to turn my music down. Like a culmination of things that are on you that just wants to come up and out. I'm going to put it into astrology in a minute, y'all, but I did take 10 minutes to really try to get this out and be general in this delivery, because I want y'all to see where we're going. Yes, yes, y'all. Are y'all with me so far? Please note, if I do not pay attention to your comments, I'm not being rude. Oftentimes I get distracted in the best way, like I want to talk to y'all. So if I'm not really paying attention, if you're addressing things to me, I will go back through the chat or whatever, or leave me another comment later on if you have a question or something like that. But the whys are all I need. Yes, yes, yeah, y'all hear me? Again, I'm not being rude. I'm just trying to stay connected because I really want to be diligent and express what it is that's on my heart and what I see. Astrologically, this shit is fucking bananas. Sorry, Mom, if you're still on here, but you know I curse a lot. This thing is bananas. Bananas. Okay? And again, it's all about the purge, the continuous purge. Bust it. This week, let's start with this. First of all, today, the moon is in Pisces, right? So that should tell you straight away, first of all. Y'all don't know if anybody's new on here or new to astrology. I'm just going to give you a little rundown, reiteration of what the moon is all about. The moon is about feelings, obviously, naturally, right? About our emotions, right? Our emotional reactions to things. The moon is also about our relationship with our moms and our relationship with women, right? How we view feminine energy, right? The moon is also indicative of karmic understanding and karmic lives. So the things that we've been doing, like in another lifetime, sometimes in interesting, auspicious moon moments, they come up through the ethers. And all of a sudden, we get bombarded with shit that we've never even touched in this lifetime. Yes, yes, y'all? Y'all get what I'm saying? Squirrel? Let me give you an example. If the moon is in Pisces right now and it's affecting you in a particular type of way, and let's just say the moon in Pisces is generating a feeling of, I don't know, etherealism. Because actually, if the moon is in Pisces, it's about to be conjunct to Neptune. So that means a lot of psychic shit can come through. That veil is really disappearing. You're seeing spirits all around you. You know, you're highly, highly intuitive, but possibly maybe for you, it could be in a disturbing kind of way. Like this is an awareness that you're not necessarily ready for, if that makes sense. From a past life situation, maybe you were like that in another space and time, and it bothers you so much you don't want to see nothing. You're like, I'd rather have the fucking blinders on, give me some drugs, and put me back to sleep. Y'all hearing what I'm saying? Yes, yes, y'all. The bottom line, and that could be on any level. But understand, I'm taking my time today, y'all, so if you got a minute, please roll with me, okay? Or come back later. I'm going to say that maybe one more time. The bottom line is that there are karmic things that are coming up too when the moon goes into a particular sign. The reason why I'm highlighting the moon is because this week, and I will say this again, we have another full moon within this month. Every time there are 2 full moons in a month, the second full moon is called a blue moon. Yeah, because there's really hardly ever 2 full moons in one month. We usually get 1 new moon a month and then a full moon a month, you know, a quarter moon and the other quarter moon, whatever. And that's the cycle. But 2 in a month, that means 2 powerful surges, upheavals of emotions and karmic information and relationships or uneven relationships with women, whatever the case may be, whatever awareness that needs to come through, emotional awareness that needs to come through, is coming on even tougher, even higher, even harder. That's just one way of describing this. Not only that, it's somehow reflecting the eclipse of next month. Woohoo! That's a whole nother breakdown in which I don't have time to do, but I'm letting you know. Not only is it a blue moon, a double full moon, and not only is it a full moon, in some way, geometrically and in degrees, it affects what's happening or what's about to come for next month's eclipse. We have 2 eclipses that's coming up by the end of this year. Listen, man, I honestly sometimes squirrel. It's like when I'm in my readings. By the way, I do personal readings. Y'all hit me up on my website at wordlifeastrology.com /readings. Sometimes when I do my readings, I have so much information that's coming through my head that truthfully, my mouth can't grab all the words and the syllables. So when I pause like that, I'm like, what the hell? What do I talk about now? That? Oh, wait, huh? Yeah. Anyway, so here we go. Today, which is really, really interesting. As this moon is in Pisces, it's almost like a setup, almost like a dupage. So if you felt like the influx of emotions this past weekend, it was literally a precursor of what's to come. Whereas today, the moon being in Pisces helps us to release that, as Tasha said a little bit earlier, crying, tears. Why? Because it's in Pisces. It's in Pisces, and Pisces and Cancer and Scorpio are emotional signs. Whenever the moon is in one or three of those signs, there's some type of sensitivity, there's some type of emotional occurrence that's happening. Good thing it is in Pisces. You know why? Because at least Pisces says to not only release it, but to get through it unconditionally. What does that mean? Sometimes when we cry when the moon is in Scorpio, it can be kind of volatile, right? It can be vengeful. And it's tears, but it's like angry tears, like I'm kind of coming to get at you, like Pluto style. Not like Scorpio is angry, but it's just a little bit more aggressive. When it's Cancer, it's more shut down, tears in a cave. Shut down, tears in a cave, don't fuck with me, I don't want to talk to nobody. That kind of crying and release. When it's in Pisces, it's like, yo, okay, I'm crying, I may look like a wuss, it's coming all out, but at least it's coming out and it's cleansing and it's allowing me to release myself as the sponge that I've been. Hope that makes sense. Like Pisces energy is like sponge-like. It absorbs everything, consciously and subconsciously. So when we cry while the moon is in Pisces, it's really doing itself a conscious favor to release everything that it picked up. Understand this, to feel lighter. Yes, ma'am. That's what that is, Tasha, right? I did check that out. So today, interestingly enough, it's actually sextiling Uranus. Whew, that makes me a little, it takes me back just a touch, because again, I feel like it's a setup. I feel like the release is allowing us to see where the change is coming. Understand this. Uranus deals with change, radical, rebellious change. I'm going to repeat that because it has a lot to do with what's happening at the end of the week. So roll with me, y'all. If you need to take notes, take notes. The moon is situated in a way in which the radical changes that are here or that are soon coming, we see emotionally. And we release it, we let it go consciously. We prepare our emotional body by crying when the moon is in Pisces to affect, as that change is coming, we accept it, we let it go. We feel good about it. Why? Because we know the change needs to happen, even though we're releasing. Yes, yes, y'all? Y'all get that? Y'all understand that? So it's one of them good cries, because the good cries bring on the change. Make sense? Tomorrow, hopefully, I don't see nobody responding, or maybe this thing is on a delay. Tomorrow, good, Bijou got it. All right. DJ Shandy, what's happening? She got the wise. What's up, Katrin? Great. Tomorrow, as we know, thank you, Gloria. Thank you, Malika. As Mercury is going, oh, good. Hi, Angie. As Mercury is going retrograde, whenever a planet goes retrograde, if it's close to the end of its degree, so to speak, so every planet goes between 0 to 29 degrees in a particular sign. When Mercury went retrograde, it was retrograde in Scorpio. It backed up so far that it's about to back up in Libra again. So Mercury in retro is going to feel different than it has the last couple of weeks or so, right? It's going to feel quite different. It's no longer going to be as heavy emotionally, so maybe possibly this moon in Pisces and its cry is a good thing, because Mercury moving back in retrograde tomorrow going into Libra, it gets a little lighter. Now, what it is that we're thinking and the mishaps that we're having about information that's coming up, about accidents or cars or, man, I paid somebody on Venmo the wrong freaking person, right? And I'm mad about it because motherfuckers don't have to give you your money back, and Venmo definitely ain't getting your money back. So this is the point I'm making. The point I'm making is that Mercury retrograde moments like that, right? That you're paying the wrong person and you're not going to get your information back or your money back or whatever. When it's in Libra, it gets a little lighter as opposed to it being in Scorpio and me feeling like, God damn, I need my money. Like, what just happened? I'm not going to get it back because people are not that honest. You send it to somebody like, yo, you don't owe me no money. It's like, yeah, I don't. Can you send it back? Nah, cool. I need that shit. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, I digress. The bottom line is that as Mercury is backing up into Libra, it feels a little lighter. It understands that, okay, now we're going to connect more with partnerships. Now we would want desire to bring our partners into position to help us go through what we're about to go through this week. Like I said at the top of this, it may not be advantageous for you to do so because everybody is dealing with their own vomit. Does that make sense to you? I know I just went through a lot of information real quick, but I was mainly rambling about Mercury going retrograde, backing up into Libra. But when it does, again, we have to look at the universe as one big composite, y'all. As it's not just the full moon. It's not just Mercury in retro. It's Mercury in retro in a particular sign that's backing up into another sign with the full moon on the rise. It's a rise. It's waxing. So it's coming. It's swelling. It's getting bigger and bigger, and we're feeling that thing. It's not only that. It's Uranus too that's coming into play. It's not only that. Tomorrow we have Venus going into Libra. Boom. So we have Mercury backing up into Libra. So now our Mercury mishaps will be more about involving our partners, right? We may want to get them involved with the feelings that we feel, but they're not ready yet. They're not ready because they're going through their own shit. They're not ready because if you involve your partners too much in your emotional mishaps and what's happening and what's cleaning, what's cleansing this particular week, they may not say the right thing. Mercury, retrograde. You understand? Mercury is communication, how you process information, how you think, how you strategize. Maybe you'll be bringing them in, expecting them to save the day, and they make the shit fuck up even more. You know what I mean? It's like, babe, can you go out there and get that box? What box did you get? I got the other box. That's the wrong freaking box. You just stole somebody else's box. Bam. It becomes a whole nother situation. You understand what I'm saying? Very small example, but I'm trying to keep y'all on line with what it is that I'm saying. You may not be able to rely on them. We can only get through this by recognizing our own throw up. Recognizing the reason why these things are coming up. It doesn't feel good. There's a lot of release, but it looks ugly as hell. Okay? I just want to tell you that. When Venus is backing up, when Venus goes into Libra, Venus says, yeah, I want the love of my partner, but why don't I concentrate on just being fair? Venus and Libra, y'all know this, right? I've talked to so many of y'all, so sometimes I feel like I repeat my information. But Venus in Libra is all about love in your partners, yeah, but also justice and the win-win situation, being fair. So possibly, maybe, if the emotions come up and you're realizing that you have to be fair, and if you're realizing that the emotions are coming up, actually could have been your fault. It actually could have been something that you could have done. You might have to take an L. You might have to feel like in love from a position where I really apologize. Maybe that was on me. You understand what I'm saying? Let me eat that one because my shit is coming up just like your shit is coming up. So I'm going to eat this one for you. You eat something else for me later. Are y'all feeling me? Y'all just listening? I feel like y'all really, really listening. Moon in Pisces tomorrow. Also is going, this is going to be like a little village kind of rundown because I want y'all to get this. I really, really do. Whoever is in the sound of my voice. The moon, like I said earlier, is going to be in conjunction with Neptune. Taking notes, good stuff. Yes, yes. It's going to be in conjunction with Neptune. Like I said earlier, it helps us to become a little bit more intuitive, more psychic. Remember, Neptune is all about confusion, delusion, psychic energy, spirituality, drugs, and alcoholism. Pause. Maybe, possibly maybe, you were the type of person, because Scorpio, we're sun sign Scorpio right now, because Scorpio is so used to dealing with the extreme of things. Scorpio is about drugs too. Neptune is as well. So bust this. I'm really trying not to introduce too many moving parts, but I'm really doing my best to give it to you all. If the moon in Pisces is in conjunction, that means in alignment with Neptune. That means the way you're feeling, the way you're releasing, the way you're expressing is actually saying yes to Neptune and all the things that it brings. So it says, wow, why I'm crying, why I'm feeling this, why I'm feeling sorry for myself, possibly maybe, why I'm feeling like a victim in this shit, while I'm feeling so passive aggressive to be able to get somebody else's attention, while I'm shedding and I'm releasing for unconditional love, which is a true purpose and the true goal of that Pisces and that moon in Pisces hitting that Neptune. I'm really trying to reach that unconditional love, but it looks like craziness on the other side of that. While I'm doing that thing, Scorpio says, yeah, well, let's be extreme about it. Shit, if we want to get there, if we want to understand our unconditional love and the position that brings, let us use some alcohol to get there quicker. Let us use some drugs to get there quicker. Let us do the things that we used to do in order to make us feel better again, to wash away and push away these tears. It's not working anymore. That's part of the throw up. That's one of the bugs in your belly. Yes, yes, y'all? Did that make sense to anybody? Rewind, selector, if it did not. Like for real, you have to be able to pay attention. Pay attention to how these bugs want to come up and snatch your life. Because as they're coming up, going with the analogy of the throw up, as they're coming up, they don't want to go. Y'all get that? Y'all get that? You know why? Because they had control on you once upon a time. Once upon a time, the bugs had control on you. Once upon a time, it kept you in some real fucked up relationships. Once upon a time, it allowed you to attract people, friends, men, all kind of folks that are like bugs themselves who need some kind of fixing. And there you go, trying to fix motherfuckers that you can't fix. We can't fix anybody. Nobody. So what's your bug, man? What's your bug? Be aware of the bugs that are coming up and out. Get it all out. So you don't have no type of residue, no nothing, okay? But again, that Pisces energy crying will look to that Scorpio to say, help me. Why? Because Pisces and Scorpio love each other. Understand that. But here comes Libra. Here comes that Libra Venus that says, okay, let's be fair about this thing though. Pay attention to it, think about it, think the feels, if that makes sense. You know why I said that? Because Venus is love, right? That's the feels, right? Libra is the thinking part, the cerebral part. You got to think about how you're feeling. And more importantly, or I should say more specifically, self-control. Ooh, I can bring up some personal stories in this situation, but it ain't about Sonia. I know this much. Self-control is a motherfucker. Self-control is a motherfucker when you realize that, how should I say this? When you realize that you had to control let me say this. When you realize that your freedom is really all you have. I don't know if this resonates with anyone. You realize that your freedom is all you have. So you rebel against self-control so you can be more like yourself. So you can be more unique. But when you do that, nobody in the room gets you. Did that make sense to anybody? Yo, when you're doing yourself a favor by being the best that you can be in all that you are, and then people look at you like, yo, get some self-control on that thing. Why? Because it affects you? Because it affects your bugs? Or is that really my bug? That's the confusion. That's the toilet bowl moment. Hugging the toilet bowl, sitting in that shit, trying to figure out whose bugs are who, what is what. You understand what I'm saying? I hope y'all get this because I feel like I'm saying a lot. And I feel like it's just coming all out. And I really want y'all to grab a hold of every little thing. Trust and believe. Yo, it's interesting. And we're only on Tuesday. Okay? Wednesday, now how's it about this for fucking kicks and giggles, right? Wednesday, the moon goes into Aries. Naturally, it's after Pisces, right? Right? Moon goes into Aries. Here comes the fighter. Here comes the fighter. Here comes the... After you done cried your ass out today and tomorrow, you know what I mean? And you're getting it all out. You're recognizing the bugs that want to go, but then again, you want to hold on to them because we're in, you know, Scorpio season and that the Pisces tears that's coming out. It's like, but wait a minute, maybe not that bug. It's so cute. Nah, bitch, get rid of it. Get rid of it. Here comes the moon in Aries that says, you know what? Now all of this stuff, yo, now I want to fight. You know what I mean? I spent too many hours sitting there crying over some stuff. And I'm getting up off the toilet bowl. Now I'm off the toilet bowl with a vengeance. You get in the shower. Staying with my analogy. I'm so funny to myself sometimes. You know how you swear you look good, like after you drunk, you get in the shower, you're like, I smell good. You go to the store and you still got alcohol coming out your pores. How you gonna fight with alcohol coming out your pores? How you gonna be all aggressive thinking that your shit is together with alcohol coming out your pores? Yeah, you took a shower and you had a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich and you thought you sucked up all of that shit, but you still smell like an alcoholic from the night before and vomit is on your breath. I know you brushed your teeth, but you still smell like you got bugs on your breath. I'm just saying. So here comes the moon in Aries rolling in like, I'm gonna get my stuff. Wait, what? I'm gonna pump it up. I got my muscles going now. I got my muscles going. All right, muscles, get it going. If you're gonna get it going, what you gonna do with it? Not a goddamn thing. You know why? Because the moon is in conjunction with Mars in retrograde. Oh my God. Oh my goodness gracious. Like, y'all with me right here? Those that know who I am and how we follow this thing, are you with me? So here you got fucking pumping up, smelling like alcohol, sitting in Trader Joe's, thinking that, I got my tears wrapped up in my eyelids. Can't nobody see nothing. I'm gonna do what I need to do. But it's conjuncting Mars that's going retrograde. You wanna fight, but you can't do nothing because Mars is aggression, Mars is motivation, Mars is determination, and it's going backwards. So you don't have no gas in your tank even if you wanna go a block. Yes, yes. Do y'all get this? So pipe down. Sit in it for a minute. Get it all out. This makes sense? Yes, please, Bijou. I didn't read the rest of it, but that's how you get rid of that. I was thinking about talking about rituals, so thank you for reminding me. That was a straight reminder. There's rituals we can do around this time. I'm not just telling y'all this to tell y'all this. I'm telling y'all to find ways, like Bijou suggested, to get this shit up and out. So the bugs don't matter no more, so nothing matters anymore. I'm trying to walk y'all through some possible reactions, though, and to see what's going on. Moon in Aries, conjuncting that Mars in Aries that's going retro. Pipe down. And then here comes Friday. Here comes Friday, just before the full moon, which the full moon is on Saturday, by the way. But Friday, I am going to share a few of them, Malika. On Friday, that moon in Aries, again, that's looking to fight when Mars ain't giving it the fuel. You know what I mean? Mars is like, yo, I'm kind of tired. I know you mad, but we should talk about it. Like, can't you call somebody or write that letter, like Malika said, or Bijou said, can we do something else? At the same time, on Friday, Thursday is when that happens, when the moon in Aries conjuncts that Mars in retro in Aries, right? And then Friday, here comes that same moon, like, fuck it, Mars don't want to move. I'm a square Pluto, I'm a square Jupiter, I'm a square Saturn. Isn't that a party? I'm a square all of that. I'm a square Pluto and Jupiter. Oh, Jupiter's the next day. But Pluto and Saturn on Friday for sure. Jupiter's the next day on Saturday or Sunday, because it's not too far. But on Friday, I definitely notated that the moon will square Pluto and Saturn. So that motherfucker's mad because he don't have no gas, and he don't have no reaction, he don't have no fight buddy next to him. Like, yeah, cousin, let's go beat him up. Let's go do this. Nah, Mars is like, I'm cool. I'm gonna sit down. So it agitates Pluto and Saturn. Those are the wrong motherfuckers to agitate. Y'all know that. Because Pluto and Saturn and Jupiter, three the hard way, been rolling through wrecking shit. Pluto and Saturn is like, yo, I ain't got nothing for you. I don't have nothing for you. You gonna come at me with a fight? The buildings are knocked down. COVID is exposed. Racism is there. The moon is trying to go up against Pluto. Power, destruction, rebirth. Let's stop right there. You know I like to give examples about one or two of the descriptions, right? So the moon is going up against Pluto and its need to rebirth. So now you pissed because Pluto is like, yo, keep going. Keep transforming. Why you mad at me? Why are you mad at me when the last 2 years we've been breaking things down anyway? Now you mad because it's really letting go? Because it's really exiting, saying goodbye? Y'all get this? Because the rebirth is happening, because transformation is inevitable, and now you pissed because we have to change? When it hits Saturn, it's like, oh, now I'm afraid of what's happening. What you afraid for? What you scared of? How can you be scared in the middle of the brawl? I'm just saying. Anybody from Yonkers? No, I'm just joking. But anybody from the city? Anybody that's survivors? We're all survivors. We know this much. When we get in the middle of the battle in which we are right now, you don't give up. You don't stop. You sit down and rest. Squirrel, I want to hear a little story. I don't know if my mother's still on here. I swear I'm going to get back to this, y'all. But I like to laugh every now and again because I'm feeling hella serious today. I remember back in the day, maybe it was October in 1986, and me and my friends were getting jumped by these cats on Woolworths in Yonkers, right? It was 5 of them. It's 5 of us. It was like 15 of them. They just came out of the buildings. My mother's coming up the street. They will annihilate you. They will tear you apart. It's too many of them. Celeste was going off. All I remember is we was fighting so much. So sorry, I'm from the city. That's what I did growing up. We was fighting so much. I remember taking a break. Hi, Celeste. I remember taking a break. Marty, y'all remember that? They will annihilate you. I took a break. I sat up against the, the fence while my friends was fighting somebody over there. I was like, God damn, whew, this is a brawl. That's the visual I got just then. That's just funny to me. That's the visual I got just then because that's where we're at. We're in the middle of the brawl. You don't give up in the brawl. You might take a rest in the brawl. You may hug the toilet bowl for a little while in the brawl. You may recollect and count the bugs that's coming out in the brawl, but you don't stop. You don't stop. You don't stop till it's over. And it's never over. You don't stop. I don't care what you go through in this week or the weeks to come, but you don't stop. You take a breath. You sit back. You celebrate the fact that the old you is leaving. They're not needed any longer. Whether it was drug-induced, whether you like to argue, whether you like to play victim, whether you want to continue to, I don't know why this word came up in this regard, but I'm going to roll with it. Whether you want to molest because you've been molested, and I'm just not talking sexually, I'm talking psychologically too. We take over people's minds sometimes. We want to control people. That old shit ain't you no more. It's not you. Whatever it is that you used to do, you can't rely on, and we've talked about that before, but it's really coming up and out right now. You can rest in the middle of Woolworths while they beating up your best friend next to you. Because I needed some goddamn energy, just for 30 seconds, y'all, and then I jump back in. But you don't stop. You don't stop. And that's what Friday is all about. Because Friday says, yo, it's going to square Pluto, that transformation and that power. And it's going to square Saturn. Saturn talks about the fears of it, the lessons that you need to learn from it. The fact that you didn't get that. You didn't get that lesson all the way. Yes, I did. I took a course on that. I went to the retreat. I stayed up all night talking about that thing. I wrote a book about that thing. The bugs are still in there. So you need to sit back. Saturn says, look at the lessons. Look at the real lessons, the whole lesson. Forgive, let go, talk about it, release it, have fun with it, joke about it, cry, get angry, let it out. You need the whole fucking lesson. Saturn says, yeah, I got the lesson, I got the fear. I'm gonna tell you what to do to put some work into it and some discipline. I'm gonna tell you how to reshape yourself. You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you some limitations and teach you self-control. Ooh, that's Sonia's lessons. Self-control is very, very interesting. In any case, here comes Saturday. Full moon, blue moon. What's that bull moon? What's that full moon in? Oh, naturally it's in Taurus. So you know that, right? It's in Taurus because every full moon is the opposite sign of where the sun is, right? I love that. Excited for self-control. I get that. I get that. So on Saturday, this full moon in Taurus is hitting us at blue moon at 10:49 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we won't be able to see it in the sky in the States anyway, not unless you're on the other side of the world, right? 10:49 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I suggest you think twice about any activities for Halloween, okay? Truthfully, you know, not unless you feel really, really safe where you're going, you know, because it's one of those moments. It's a blue moon, it's a full moon, it's Scorpio season. I just suggested and pinpointed a few aspects that's leading up to that. You don't want your babies out in the middle of that. You don't want your teenagers out in the middle of that. You don't want yourself out in the middle of that. People are being given permission to go butt nut fucking wild because they want to hold on to their bugs. Bottom line, point blank. They want to hold on to it. So you can potentially, knock on wood, and I'm suspicious like that. So I'm not putting this out there on anybody, but you can potentially catch an L because you get in the mix to that. You're not immortal, okay? Watch yourself, self-control, be aware. So on Halloween, not only do we have that full moon, but that full moon is quincunxing Venus, okay? It's a little irritation to how you want to love, so you don't want to be fair, right? Because remember that Venus is in Libra, just staying with that particular analogy. You can't give all the examples of Venus in Libra and how it can affect. That's way too many equations. So I'm going to stay with one, Venus in Libra and how it's being fair. The moon, the full moon is going up against that, so you don't want to be fair. You cut somebody off in traffic, somebody cuts you off in traffic, they're not thinking about shaking your hand afterwards and getting the fucking details to help you with insurance. Y'all hear me what I'm saying? They're talking about being fair. Not at all. That's an irritation. They're like, fuck your fair. The moon is opposition to sun, naturally. Every full moon is opposition to sun, right? So that's already throwing you off, right? That's when people say, my mother, you know, she used to tell me all the time, it's a full moon, people are crazy. Well, I learned astrologically the reason why people are crazy is because their heightened emotions are going up against their ego self, their core self, the sun, who they really are. Their morals and where all their values really exist is going up against their emotion. And then you have to play it out on the screen for all to see. That's not easy. The moon is in actually, how is that both conjunct and opposite? That's not true, Sonia. The moon is in conjunction to Uranus. This is where it gets a little tricky. Remember, Uranus is change, radical change, surprises. I had a serious surprise this past weekend. I swear to God, it feels like some of us are experiencing it way before. Understand that. Uranus, being that it's in Taurus, has been doing its, and it's retrograde too, it's been doing its best to help us to make slow, gradual changes because it's in Taurus. Because Taurus energy doesn't like to do too much of nothing. It don't like to change. So that's kind of oxymoronic for it to be in Taurus. The planet of radical change in the sign of Taurus that don't like to change, already, again, that's like an oxymoron, right? However, the full moon is going to conjunct that, which means whatever surprises that come out of that shit is going to hit the moon. It's going to hit the emotions. It's going to affect some karmic situations that you've been holding on to or that need to be revealed. It's going to affect maybe some women in your life. You understand what I'm saying? Like literally come out of nowhere. Like, what the hell did that just... It may not be good. It may not be harmonious, but it'll be like that last little bile throw up. I swear to God, I make myself laugh. You know, I'm chucking, ain't no more food. What the fuck? Why am I still throwing up when I got bile coming out? Stomach, calm down. There's nothing in there. And it's just convulsing, going through all these convulsions and shit. Come on, give me a break. Dry heaving. That's what that is. But it's like a surprise because Uranus is involved. Uranus is involved. Uranus shakes shit up. Uranus is like, yo, I'm coming out of nowhere to just say, hey, this is what we're going to do right now. Are we really, after this whole week build up? This is what we're doing? Yes, dry heave. Get the bile out. really, to be truthful with you, that's the big reveal. That's the biggest reveal. Because we can deal with the full moon in our emotions. We've been going through a lot of emotional things. It's the shakeups and the surprises and the throw-offs and the fact that we sometimes put ourselves in position to be victims. We put ourselves in position to be the one that's targeted, to be truthful with you. And that's not your fault. And you can't like hide in your house. You understand what I'm saying? You have to be about the world and be about your life. So it's very, very difficult to say, oh, well, I'm just gonna chill out. Nah, not when Uranus is involved, motherfucker. Because Uranus can you can trip over a piece of rice, a grain of rice in the kitchen or whatever. Next thing you know, you broke your toe. Not really, but you understand what I'm saying? It can come in any form or guise. You can try to hide and it'll be right there. Oh, you think you're running away from me? Well, take you away. Not kill you, but like throw shit off. For real. That's the big reveal this week. After all of this, here comes a nice little juicy surprise that you may or may not see coming. I just want you to prepare yourself in a way in which you allow it to happen. How does that make? What kind of sense does that make is what I'm really asking myself and you. Truthfully, a whole lot of sense. Because you know, at the end of the day, even if it is death-defying, it's just crazy, off the mark, I never expected it, and it's breaking my heart, you know it's purposeful. We have to know it is all purposeful. At the end of the day, your complaints are ceased by the fact that you know we are not in control of this. God is. Our angels are, our ancestors are. They're watching. They are available. They know exactly what's going down. So if a surprise comes out of nowhere, they knew about it as you were walking down the street 5 minutes, 5 hours before. They know you can handle it, so take it. It's like gut punching. Staying with the same example. So in that fight that I had after I took that rest, I remember so clearly. I was fighting these two girls at one time. Out of nowhere, I remember her name, Shannon. She turned around and bow, hit me right in the middle of my forehead. Next thing you know, my eyes swelled up. I see stars and shit. You talking about a surprise? I thought I had them because I am a fighter. I don't like to fight, but I can fight if I need to fight, right? Because when you're born in a city, you either fight or you fucking get killed. So the bottom line is, I get a surprise right in the middle of my face. I took it. I took it like the champ that I am. I'm using this as an analogy, y'all. And y'all know what I did? I grabbed Shannon's titty and I brought her down to the ground. Celeste is like, oh my God, did you really need to say that? Yes, I did. Because at the end of the day, Celeste, and anybody else that's on here, when you find yourself in a precarious situation and you think that you can't handle the blow in between your forehead and you see stars and you're blinded, you always have a way out. And my way out, I grabbed her and I brought her down to the ground. As soon as she got down, because she was in pain, then I ran. Because that's how we get over. That's how we get over it. I'm not saying that somebody else was in control of that, because God was in control of that. But at the same time, I trusted that I knew I was going to get out of that situation, even though I was seeing stars. I did what I had to. Your girl is crazy, y'all. I try to find fun in the middle of all of this, because it's kind of mind-boggling. We are still alive going through this shit, man. That's the mind-boggling part. But before I go, that's right, Nick. I was like, no, It's two of y'all on me. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that story still. But the bottom line is that there's a way out. There's a way out. Always a way out. So take the blow. Take the blow. Take the surprise. Maybe you lost some money. Maybe a friend just up and left and ghosted you. Maybe, a job you had, you thought you were about to get a promotion, and actually it was like, nah, I'm going to let you go. Maybe, anything. Honestly, out of the blue, anything could happen. Maybe a dream fails or is denied in the middle of it feeling like, yes. Yeah, maybe. But here's the deal. It's all purposeful. And how about this for kicks and giggles? I've been on here a long time. I'm about to go. On Sunday, Daylight savings time. Yes, we go back. Here comes the rest that we needed. Why? Because the moon is going to sextile Neptune, it's going to trine Jupiter, it's going to trine Pluto, it's going to trine Saturn. Our emotions are trying to make up for everything we just went through. Trine is harmony, y'all. So that means the moon, the emotional body, will feel better, like it needs some rest. The way we think and process and talk our information, Mercury will definitely square Saturn. So possibly, maybe you won't get the lesson. And you can't intellectualize like what that lesson was all about. That would be me the next day sitting there with a big old fucking lump on my head going, I got him though, I got her though. I don't know why we went through that shit and why we was in that fight in the first place, but I got mine off. Again, Mercury, thinking, processing information, going up against squaring, going up against Saturn, trying to get the lesson, trying to get the fear out of it. That's Sunday. So our emotional body will rest, but our mind is still perplexed on what the hell is really, really going on. Do yourself a favor as I close this out. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. You will kill your brain cells if you overthink it. Just surrender to it, Yaya. That's it. Surrender to it all. And if the brain wants to go on, the brain wants to keep moving, maybe possibly you can implement these rituals to help you through it. Yes, Malika, so like Bijou said, you can actually write a letter, angry letters. You can write about the bugs that's in you. When we do our retreats sometimes, I actually pride myself on the poetry workshop because Spirit just drops some wonderful topics, to be truthful with you. And these beautiful, beautiful people just come out with these wonderful stories and insights, right? So you create the story, however you want to write, right? About what's going on. Burn it. Don't read it back. Don't read it back after you write it. Whatever it is you write, just write. Stream write. I call it toilet bowl writing. Just write it out and then burn it. Don't read it back because you put the emotions back into your body when we do that, when we read it again. You understand what I'm saying? Since it's a full moon situation, now, this is a little particular. Since it's a full moon in Taurus, right? That Taurus energy wants to bring quality, but also maybe a ritual can be done around comfort. Quality and comfort. So possibly maybe you set up your house in a way in which all your senses are ignited. You make yourself comfortable temperature-wise, whether it is your field, or a nice little blanket, nice little incense, you got the light right, you know what I mean? You make yourself feel comfortable, like in a womb. If not that, simulate a womb. Wrap yourself tight in a robe. Hold yourself tight in that and cry, rock out. Think about what you need to do. When I say rock out, like sometimes it's good to just sway. You understand what I'm saying? Yes, this may not seem like a ritual, but it is. Why? Because that's self-care, that's self-love. You understand what I'm saying? That's you bringing yourself back to you, bringing yourself back to one, back to the womb. You understand? Food. Yes, I'm not saying go crazy and gorge. I'm saying make yourself a nice meal that makes you feel good inside when it goes down. Something that's like your grandmother made you, or whoever was the cook or the baker in your family. Danielle is on here. That girl can cook her butt off. I've never tasted, but I know. My Mago sister. For real. Like cook. Make yourself feel good in that way. These rituals may not seem to you, honestly. Let me do a squirrel moment real quick. Rituals are practices, exercises, and intentions that you create to help you move through some things. So my ritual may not look like your ritual. Somebody else's ritual may not look like your ritual. You understand what I'm saying? Rituals are just that, pure intention. It's what you put on it that's going to help you through it. You get what I'm saying? So yes, Malika and everybody else, I can write down our shit. I could list a whole bunch of things that we should do and could do as a ritual. A bunch of people on this goddamn internet does that for you. However, in order to really empower yourself, take the energy of that full moon, being that full moon in Taurus. Google that shit. Full moon in Taurus. Whatever jumps out on you, like as far as what the full moon in Taurus means, quality versus quantity. Food, comfort, sensuality, rooted centeredness like a tree. You can go to a tree, create a ritual around a tree, bury some things in the garden, bury some things in the tree. Utilize our environment, our universe, the elements that's given. This information is not just given to you for kicks and giggles and it's like entertainment practice. I'm trying to teach you, right? So if you have that earth sign, moon and earth sign, like what can you do around the earth, within the earth, with Taurus energy to help bring you through this? Bomb, boom, there you go. Make sense? There was one more that I was going to say that escapes me right now. Please, tapping. Thank you, Spirit. Tapping. Please Google tapping. I've talked about this to Mago sisters and the village and everybody. But to be truthful with you, tapping is one of the ways. Tapping, literally tapping on parts of your body that feels stuck. Give yourself 15, 10 minutes and just continuously create a ripple effect in a certain part of your body and watch all of that shit come out. You think them bugs not gonna come out then? They will come out. Even when I try to like express it to people as I am now, and I do it as an example, I can feel it, even when I'm talking. It creates an earthquake in your body and releases whatever needs to release out. Intention is the key word. Thank you. Emotional freedom, tap it. Emotional freedom, tap it. Hi, Voyages. I appreciate y'all for being here. Create your own rituals. Get through this thing. Know that you are your own best friend. Understand that. Know that you are your own best friend. And yes, we have loved ones, and we continue to love up on people. We continue to fall in and out of love. People, we are necessary for one another, but there's nobody as important as you are to you. You get that? You don't love you, you don't appreciate you, you don't get up from that toilet bowl when you need to get up, we got a problem. All right? So love up on you. And I am praying with all of my heart and my might that this week brings you peace in some kind of way. As you are watching the bugs leave you. It's time, y'all. Fuck yesterday. Let's go get it. All right? Love you.